Hello, Lady and the Frogs here. It's Tuesday the 5th of July today. I am an eBay reseller trying to keep it full time. But whew, the weekend was really lousy for me. Hence why I didn't even bother videoing yesterday, because I took 3 things to the post. Which is not good at all for the fact that it was like the weekend after payday. So I uploaded that marketing video on my shop on Thursday, and on Thursday and Friday I had a big spike in sales. I had like over £100 days, and then it was just completely garbage over the weekend. So that must have been it. That must have been the extent of the sales that I was going to get from that video. And that's it. And yeah, not even my hair is retaining hair dye. So, you know, it's like a different reality here. I don't know what it is which I've done to this, but it's just like the hair dye that I've put in, it's been in for less than a week and gone like this. And it is like, I had a little bit of trouble in tinting class. Trouble with my haircut. I had that rectified. The lady who redid my hair said that at the back it went like that. It was that bad of a haircut. I could only see the bad fringe, which I still don't, you know, I mean, I don't think it's great. I think that might be another reason, you see, why it's not taking the hair dye as much, because I literally grew it out for the best part of 9 months. So I've got very good conditioned hair, which doesn't like taking hair dye, which is fantastic for somebody who likes to dye their hair. Yeah, so disappointing all round, really. You know, you give your hair a break and then you can't re-dye it, and you go to a hairdresser who's a lunatic. Anyway, I have gone to I did go to a garbage trail. What do you call it? I can't think what they call it now. What do they call it? My head's just battered. I keep now that I've got the word garbage trail in my head. It's garbage trail. They haven't even put what it is on here. Jumble Trail. This is the map. So I don't, you know, they printed off a map and they were handing them out, and these are the maps. I don't know about you, but that ain't a map in my book. It's got this little like thing here, and when you scan that, it comes up with all the local graffiti trail that you can follow around traffic. So that was really helpful. But anyway, I did take the car, but I still managed to do like 11,000 steps or something like that. So I did do a post run on Saturday, because obviously I was in the area. That's where I dumped the car and then just walked from there. Anyway, sales going out today. For some reason I've actually managed to sell this wasgage. This was going to go in another job lot which I was going to put together, but I've sold that for £9.99. It's only one of the 500 piece ones. The job lot which I put on sold within days of me putting it on for £30. So I'm definitely, when I do these wasgages, I'm going to put them on as job lots, because that was ridiculously fast, rather than having them all piled up and just waiting for somebody to buy them, because they're probably making a very similar profit on them. I have this here. I can take this out because this is just my bag for storage. So this is this set here. This and the Western one I overpriced, but I accepted an offer of £50 last week, probably about Tuesday. So it's timed out and they didn't pay. And then they messaged me this morning just as the order was closed. You know, isn't that miraculous? It's like closed, and then suddenly they're like, oh, I was on holiday. Were you really? You were on holiday when you put the offer in, so why couldn't you pay? So I said, well, you know, I hadn't even relisted it. So I relisted it straight away, and they bought it straight away. They sent me an offer for 50, which is okay, because they're generally only selling for 40 at the minute. They probably have a price spike around Christmas, but never mind. you know, I can't keep hold of things just, you know, to get an extra £10 profit just because of Christmas. I'd like to sell now. So this is one of these ones where it's got this. So it's going to go in one of these because it will fit perfectly in there. Well, probably a little bit roomy actually. That's probably a bit bigger than the box that I normally pick up. So anyway, yeah. I seem to be having a lot of these like very dizzy buyers at the moment. I've got somebody who keeps rattling on about something which has been delivered, which they say hasn't been delivered. And there's not really much that I can do about that. But they ordered something else from me. So if their address is garbage, I'd like to know what's happened to the other thing. Anyway, I've sold this skirt, you know, probably more winter wear. It's got owls on it, not just flowers. It does have owls on it. It's manta ray. The manta ray holiday is over. Yeah, the tunic tops, which were selling really well last summer, are not selling this summer. But then that's because we haven't really got a summer, have we? Let's face it. We have a fan which doubles as a hot fan and a cold fan. And last night I had it on the hot setting because it was so cold in here. It's howling a gale yesterday, wasn't it? So that's the reason why. So anyway, £15 for that. I've got a pair of linen trousers here. These are a very peculiar one. So these two items that I've got sat here, they're both Reese actually, because Reese I seem to do quite well with. So these are just a pair of linen trousers. Quite nice, really. I had these on auction starting at $9.99. They had about 15 watches. When I looked at one point, it had 15 watches on it. Highest amount of watches I had on any of my auctions. And it ended with no bids. So this is its second cycle of auction, and somebody sent me an offer. So I counted it at $14.99 and they went with that. So that's fine. I don't expect them to sell for that much more than that. And then these are Reese as well. Sondrio. Just a pair of chinos, and those were sold for $19. So yeah. I do well with Reese, and I don't know why, but then some of it is just it's outrageous. So I will I'll take this to the post, and then I'll show you what I got at the Jumble Trail. Yeah, let's go. So post is all done. How cool is that bit in the park with all the grass? I picked this up. I know it's not like a spectacular reduction, but I thought that'll do for the next few days of lunch. Imagine if a loaf of bread like that could last for weeks. Yeah, I end up eating too much, and then I feel terrible if I'm doing photographs after lunch. So anyway, well, the first thing that I've actually got, this wasn't from the Jumble Trail, but this unit, it's exactly the same as one that I've got in the other room, which I've got my packaging on. So I've got some of my excess packaging that didn't have anywhere, and my tax return files. all on this. This was just abandoned in the street. This is what happens at this time of year because students leave and then they just throw all their stuff out. I mean, the moment I picked it up, it all fell to pieces, and I've had to put it together myself. It's not great, but yeah, I did need something like that. So, and then I'm hoping to get another one of them to go there for Lego so that it's not hectic. So, stuff I got from the Jumble Trail. This is one of the last things I actually got. So I've cleaned these yesterday because I thought that they were a bit grim. So I decided to give them a little bit of a wash, which is why that's out. And I've left that out because I've got to do Lego. But so these are all erasers or rubbers. But every time I say rubbers, it just sounds a bit sinister. So yeah, 1980s going into the 1990s. And the sun is out, hence why it's all a bit odd. I might have to drop the curtain down. So, most of it's going to go as a job lot. I've paid £4 for all of this. I sort of like had to debate, and that was where I could get her to. She wouldn't go any lower than that. So, yeah. There's some really like random things. It's like this here. So this thing here, it goes in there. This is the actual eraser. I mean, it doesn't look too great. So that goes in there and that goes in there. I've seen somebody in Australia who's got some crazy money for this, like about £20 for that on its own. I can't see myself getting that. It's going to stay on the job lot. And there's a few others which I've seen. It's like I've seen them with decent prices. Obviously I've got one there that's heads come off, and then I've got some really weird like structured ones, Christmassy ones. I just don't want to end up like stuck with loads. So the most notable ones that I've got, I think, are these. So this is Barber Popper, and I did recognise this when I picked them up, that they were Barber Popper. Somebody sold a set of 5 of these for £40, so I should think I can get 20 for these two. Obviously you've got Danger Mouse, not all of the characters, and it is a bit dirty, and I think there's supposed to be a goggly eye on that. So I don't know if I can get that much for that, and I don't think I can get much for C3PO. And they do look better now that I've cleaned them. I'm so glad that I did, because every time I handled them, they just felt awful. And then there's trolls there. Those ones, these washing powder ones, seem to go for decent money, but I don't know. I want to keep the interest in the job lot. If I start the job lot at like £20, I want to be able to have some decent stuff in here. I know that one sells for a decent amount and that, but you see, when I'm saying like decent, I'm saying like £2 or £3 each. So one of the roller skates is missing a wheel, but I think there's enough interest if I just leave it at this, and then I will start bids at 20 just to cover myself, because it's all a bit odd at the minute. These toothbrush ones here are a bit peculiar. I mean, this would be 1979 when the corkscrew was out at Alton Towers. And there is another Alton Towers one. Yeah, so there's one of these basic Alton Towers rubbers there, and then that one. This is the reason I washed it, because this was a bit grim. So that's looking a whole lot better. But I'm still not sure that it's fetching that much. So yeah, I'm going to do it as a job lot, because I don't want to be like ending up with loads. Sell that separate, and then I'll have a think about whether I want to sell them separately. I was thinking about, maybe I should like put some like fruits together, or put these trolls ones on their own. But yeah, I don't want to end up with tons and tons of rubbers that don't sell. So I need to put these dresses out, because they just look like a pile of nonsense. I've decided to revert back to the tripod because, you know, it's not happening. But obviously I couldn't show you those erasers without that. I have to keep calling it erasers. So anyway, yeah, I have some clothing here. I really need to get all this put on my spreadsheet because obviously it's all about memory when you price stuff, when you what you've paid for stuff. I keep wanting to call it garbage trail, Jumble Trail. So this was £2. So I got 2 Hush dresses from the same person. I was looking at this morning. So this is linen, and I thought this would be quite nice. And I'm hoping that I can get a decent price for it. It is last season, so 2021. But then I realised I've got other stuff from 2021 which hasn't sold, even though it's on auction for $4.99 starting bids. So yeah, just a shirt dress for £2. Can't go wrong with that. I thought it had a stain on it. I don't think it does. I'm going to do some photographs, hence why those boxes are out. I'm going to do some clothing photographs, but I do have to hoover this carpet because it's disgusting. And then the other Hush dress, Hush, £2 again, is the lightning bolt one. I don't think the prices are there with Hush anymore. I know that a lot of people seem to get like fantastic prices for them, but I'm thinking this is only going to go for 20. I don't know about the linen one. No, but I've only paid 2, haven't I? Then I've picked a pair of jeans up. These were £1. I mean, the woman said they were new. She's a comedian. There's nothing new about these. I mean, it's very nice denim. It hasn't been like heavily worn. I've only paid £1 for these. These are a women's cut, so they won't fetch loads of money. For some reason, men's diesel sells really well, women's doesn't. So, although it seems to be made in Italy, yeah, made in Italy, it's got an Italian flag on it. I've looked up YBO, Yabel. It doesn't sell for much more than £10, so I'm going to try for 20. They're a nice flared leg. I mean, maybe these will fit me. We'll see. I don't think they will fit me. Let's not go there. Yeah, so they've definitely been worn because they've got a curve on the waistband. I hate that when people say, yeah, they're brand new. Then I've got these. So I've paid £1 each for these. I'll put them together because obviously it's mother and child, or, you know, father and child. We don't know what the relationships happened here. They won't talk. They're not like other stuffers in this building. So yeah, these are Jellycat. Jellycat, but loved. So these guys are going to have a wash because I think they might have a bit of sputum on them. Then I have got, which I think was a silly thing to do. Oh no, it has. I thought for a minute it didn't have the inner sleeve. So I paid £1 for this, Queen Greatest Hits. It has to have the inner sleeve for it to sell for anything around the 20 mark. I'm going to try for 20, but I haven't actually looked at this. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, that's decent enough. This person's bought it from Oxfam anyway. They had some other vinyl, but then I don't want to be overrun with vinyl. I've bought this. So during lockdown, these really spiked in price for obvious reasons because it's workout DVDs. This is really hardcore stuff, this is. But this, it has a book with it and this other stuff with it. So this is just the discs. I need to check whether I've got all the discs. They are not in good condition. They are very scratched. So I don't know. I am going to put them on auction. I've paid £1 for them. I think I've got everything there. No, maybe I've got everything there and an extra up here. So, you know, not too bad. Yeah, but really scratched. It's usually the ones at the back which aren't very scratched because they give up on it. This insanity is supposed to be insanity. It is really hardcore and it really digs into weight loss. I mean, maybe I should just give it a go, but I think I'd probably just end up with an asthma attack, which is, you know, not necessary in life. They go for around 20 at the moment. The last one I had, I sold for 30 within seconds, but we'd just gone into lockdown, so I think people were panicking. But I don't know. I think I'm only going to get 10 to 15 based on the fact that it's scratched. Then, so this was from the same guy who had the record. I picked these up. So these were £1 each. These are the ones which people like for home decor. These are the Penguin Classics. For some reason the green ones do really well, so I wasn't bothered about the titles because I'm going to make a job lot of them. I already have some other paperbacks which I got ages back. So that's the other one which is sort of like desirable because of decor and the way the spine looks. So, you know, maybe I should just bundle them and just put them on and just draw a line under it for the time being, because, you know, I could wait forever. So yeah, I probably will just list them at the moment. There's no harm in just setting a price and just seeing if I can get it. These ones were 20p. Those ones were £1, so, you know, I'm £3.80 and not there. So I could potentially, you know, I think, you know, 20 to 30 is feasible. Then, the last thing I have is a job lot of lemony snicket. Some of these are in poor condition. So I already have a set of these which is on the go, which just need a few to complete. Well, actually I've got another 2 sets of these which are just need like 1 or 2. So this is a complete set. I paid £5, so I can get 30 back for this. It's easier to get 30 around Christmas. You can actually sneak a little bit more out of it than that. And unfortunately, there's 2 duplicates in here, one of which I really need, but it's ditched because it's unfortunately what do you call it, library, ex-library book. And same with that, ex-library. This one's got a page hanging out of it. I mean, typical, isn't it? I need number 5, 8, 10 and 12 to complete the sets that I've got. But I honestly think that if I just look on eBay, I can probably find those things and just get those sets done instead of like waiting for the mystical day when I find them in a charity shop, because it's just things that are in the way. You know, it's like the same thing. I've got Terry Pratchett, which I'm holding on to because that's around like the £100 region. Yeah, I know that if I get like a big bulk of them, I could get a decent amount, but let's just get rid of them. Let's not like hold on to them. Yeah, so that's everything. I only went to this Jumble Trail because it was local. I wouldn't necessarily drive to one and flap around. I went to it last year and I got a big bundle of Lego, so I don't think it was like spectacular this year, but I was a bit more picky and there's things I could have come back with and I didn't. That's why I'm just going to deal with what I've got and get it gone rather than having stuff sitting around. I know that some of the stuff which I bought last year, I ended up redonating because it was a hot day, I must have got sunstroke or something. Some of the garbage that I came out with last year. So the stuff which I've got this year, I think I've been quite selective with, and I think I'll easily be able to sell this. So I'm going to have some of the bread. Have some of this bread with a bit of my salad from the balcony because I've got rocket leaves, so I can put my own homegrown rocket leaves on this, you know, with petrol fumes. Bit of tomato, bit of butter, a little bit of a drink, so it's not a heavy lunch. And then I'm going to crack on with pressing and photographing some stuff because I haven't got much that's waiting to be listed. I think I've only got 10 things there because I am sort of on top of things, but you know, it could be better. It could always be better. So yeah, we're gonna crack on. So I think conservatively, I've spent £21, having put it on my spreadsheet. So the rubbers, I'm hoping for like 20 to 30 conservatively. The books, 30. The penguin books, so the lemon ticket books, 30. The penguin books, 30. Insanity, you know, 10. Queen, probably 20. So over £100. The dresses, they'll be like 20 to £25, and the jeans will probably be 10. So it's not great for dragging around most of the morning, but I did go out. But the thing is, it was so sporadic. The map was useless, and a lot of the people hadn't turned out because it said it was going to rain, and it never did rain. So a lot of people hadn't bothered setting up. A lot of the stalls you would go to, and it would just be somebody selling curry, which I don't want to lay into a whole load of curry at 11 in the morning, thanks very much. But yeah, see, that was the thing as well, is it said it was going to piss with rain, and it never did. It didn't at all. It was really nice. I had a little jacket on. I had to go back to the car and ditch that. Yeah, so generally I'm going to make at least £100 profit conservatively on this, maybe a little bit more. So it's okay. Obviously I've spent some time like washing those rubbers because they're disgusting, and yeah, there's things that I've got to do with them, so it's okay, but it's not brilliant. Oh, I had the jelly cats, didn't I? And they were, got the door open. So the jelly cats, they should be around 20. So, you know, 20, yeah. We're definitely going to get £100 back on our £21 spend. That's the profit, I think, for that. It's not great, but it's not bad. So, not quite at the point where I've got to get myself a job, but still lots of work to do. So I'm going to crack on with my work now and stop procrastinating and gadding about. And yeah, it's goodbye from me.
Yeah, and it's goodbye from me. And your cold word comment is garbage trail.
You know, I came from a charity shop and I'm not garbage.
No. And I came from eBay.
Thanks for watching. Goodbye.